Traffic collisions in 1988 cost South Africa 5.4 billion rands, measured in terms of damage to property and loss of potential income. In the same year, this staggering amount of non-productive money equaled nearly 5.5 times the amount spent on the development and maintenance of our national roads. Surely something must be done to eliminate this senseless waste of money. The Concrete Masonry Association, while not having all the answers, can offer one very practical and cost-effective solution that will go a long way towards reducing some of the carnage on our roads and the frightening costs involved. And what is that solution? To pave road intersections with interlocking concrete blocks. Some of you may well ask, in disbelief, how on earth can concrete block paving possibly reduce traffic collisions? It's our pleasure to tell you how, and to tell you about various other advantages concrete paving blocks have to offer. Let us begin by describing exactly what concrete block paving is. It is a system of individual, shaped concrete blocks which are laid closely together with the joints between them filled with adjoining sand to form a continuous hard-wearing surface. Their shape, compressive strength, thickness, chamfer, and dimensional tolerances are specified in terms of the South African Bureau of Standards Specification number 1058. While standardized specification SABS 1200MJ specifies construction details, and the CSIR Division of Road and Transport Technology report number RP/9/84 covers the design of concrete block paving. The safety advantages a concrete block paved surface offers, which we referred to earlier, lies in the surface characteristics of the blocks and in their color. Let us explain. The surface texture of concrete blocks, combined with their shape and chamfered edges, which create a patterned grooving in the road surface, offers greater resistance to skidding than conventional road surfaces. Tests conducted overseas have revealed that the stopping distance of an average car traveling at 60 kilometers an hour in wet weather will be reduced by 5 meters, from 26.7 meters to 21.3 meters, by replacing asphalt with concrete block paving. This 5-meter effect could mean the difference between an accident and no accident. Indeed, between life and death. Also, during wet weather, concrete blocks will reduce slipping and a resultant loss of control over the vehicle. Because of their chamfered joints and textured non-slip surface, concrete paving blocks will reduce the aquaplaning effect that causes a loss of grip as a result of rainwater lying on the smooth, continuous surface of conventional roads. Another important safety feature of concrete paving is the audible change in road noise that results the moment a vehicle moves onto a concrete block paved surface. This conspicuous change in noise levels can be used to good effect in alerting drivers to an approaching intersection. In respect of road signs, concrete block paving has a number of advantages to offer. The mosaic nature of interlocking concrete pavements can be used to good effect in lieu of or to supplement signposts. The use of pavers to indicate direction reduces the need for above-ground signs, which are expensive to construct and could themselves constitute a traffic hazard. For example, the white lines painted on the roads have often proved hazardous to motorbikes, especially during wet weather, because they become very slippery. The luminance enhancement of concrete block paving is another valuable safety feature. On average, concrete paved roads reflect 60% more light than blacktop roads under both natural and artificial lighting conditions. This obviously improves visibility and thereby reduces the risk of accidents. In addition to the safety advantages that the design and nature concrete block paving can offer, there are also advantages that result from its durability and stability. Let us explain. The maintenance costs of conventional road surfaces are high due to the need for regular resurfacing and rehabilitation brought about, particularly at intersections, by rutting, corrugations and potholes in the road surface. These result from the constant braking and acceleration of vehicles and the slewing of heavily loaded trucks as they turn the corners in the intersection. Blacktop road surfaces are also prone to the deleterious effects of oil spillages and leakages of petrol, which tend to be higher at traffic intersections. Furthermore, in hot weather, asphalt is liable to soften, and in this condition, it has difficulty in withstanding the pressures placed on it by heavy traffic. Whereas concrete paving blocks are not nearly as seriously affected by any of the conditions we have just mentioned. Indeed, worldwide experience has shown that well-constructed concrete block-paved intersections with well-designed sub-base courses have proved to be remarkably maintenance-free, outlasting conventionally surfaced intersections by at least twice the period. While still on the subject of maintenance, concrete block paving offers a number of other advantages here too. For example, the cost of localized repairs and the provision of access for new or existing underground services can be considerably reduced with concrete pavers. In the case of conventionally paved roads, expensive equipment has to be brought in to remove the road surface, and then, when the service work has been completed, again, expensive equipment and materials have to be brought in to relay the road surface. This is both costly and time-consuming, while at the same time, it leaves potentially dangerous and unsightly scars across the road. Whereas, with concrete pavers, both costs and time can be saved, and no unsightly scars are left behind. The blocks are simply removed, or unzipped, as it's known in the trade, from the area where the new services are to go, and then, when completed, the blocks are relayed or zipped up. The task is straightforward, it does not require expensive equipment, and costs are kept to a minimum as the blocks are reused. Besides using concrete paving blocks at intersections, developers throughout the world are using them increasingly in residential development because of their aesthetic appeal, their durability, and ease in laying. The wide range of colors, textures, and shapes enable the designer to achieve many different effects, which are pleasing and which help to enhance the aesthetic quality of the built environment. In these areas, few paving materials have proved so versatile in landscaping and in the integration of buildings with their surroundings and the roads serving those buildings. In addition to the aesthetic charm of concrete pavers in residential development, there are also the many technical advantages of durability, low maintenance, safety, and ease of access to underground services, and elimination of subsequent ugly scars, which we have already discussed. Concrete block paving offers both the developer and the city engineer a number of technical advantages over conventional surfacing. Firstly, unlike this type of surfacing, it does not require expensive equipment to lay blocks, and therefore, capital costs are substantially reduced. Secondly, concrete paving blocks are versatile, and therefore they can be laid in areas where it would be difficult, if not impossible, to construct other forms of road, such as on steep and awkward ground. Thirdly, laying concrete blocks is a labor-intensive activity requiring a relatively low level of skill and inexpensive equipment. And fourthly, concrete blocks are manufactured entirely from local materials, unlike asphalt, which often utilizes imported raw materials and therefore may be subject to price fluctuations as a result of changes in rates of exchange. What is the downside in concrete block paving? Firstly, the initial costs of laying concrete blocks is marginally higher than laying asphalt. A large municipality in the PWV area, however, has estimated the difference to be less than 10%. Furthermore, we would like to point out that the initial cost differences should be offset against the considerably lower maintenance costs and longer life of concrete block paving. As with all good quality products, the initial expense is more than adequately compensated for through lower maintenance costs in the longer term. Secondly, there is the cost of removing the existing surface and replacing this with concrete paving blocks. Again, these costs should be looked at in their context. Busy intersections need regular maintenance, and therefore, the conversion to concrete pavers should be done at a time when maintenance work would normally be done. In this regard, we would like to remind you of the advantages of ease and speed of laying that concrete blocks can offer. In Pinetown, the Anderson Street and Old Main Road intersection, which covers a total area of 2,000 square meters, was completely resurfaced with concrete block paving over one weekend. Starting at 3 p.m. on the Saturday afternoon, the job was completed by 5 a.m. on the Monday morning. Thirdly, the audible difference that occurs with concrete block paving, which we referred to earlier, may be construed as a disadvantage. However, tests have revealed that at vehicle speeds of 60 kilometers per hour or lower, the noise associated with concrete block paving is either very similar to that associated with conventional roads, or else it is lower. And in the case of wet roads, tests have revealed that the noise level on block paving is about 8 decibels lower than blacktop roads. Taking everything into account, especially the high loss of life, injury, damage to property, and disruption in traffic flow that is currently caused by South Africa's high vehicular collision rate, the advantages of concrete pavers far outweigh any disadvantages. Let us recap. They optimize contact adhesion between vehicle tires and the road surface, and this results in improved driver control and a reduction in skidding. Because of their chamfered joints and textured non-slip finish, concrete blocks reduce aquaplaning and the consequent potential to skid during wet weather. Stopping distance is reduced by up to 5 meters at 60 kilometers per hour in wet weather. Through changes in color and texture, concrete paving blocks provide both drivers and pedestrians with a variety of subtle visual, auditory, and tactile stimuli, which promote greater concentration and alertness. Concrete block paving decreases maintenance and rehabilitation costs. It facilitates the creation of job opportunities for relatively unskilled workers, and it supports local industry and producers of raw materials. Whether you are concerned with constructing and maintaining municipal roads or developing new residential and industrial townships, we have no doubt that concrete paving blocks have much to offer you. We thank you for your interest.